You feel every breakup your friend goes through like it's happening to you. Their anger becomes your rage. Their grief sits heavy in your chest for days, and you're left exhausted wondering why you're always carrying everyone else's pain. You're not weak. You're in empathy overload. And today we build the shield that finally lets you care without crumbling. Psychologists describe empathy overload as your brain's empathy circuits firing too intensely, absorbing others' emotions so completely they feel like your own. Every tense family dinner, every co-worker's frustration, it all hits you full force. Your energy drains fast. Relationships become unbalanced. And without a shield, you risk burning out while trying to hold everyone else together. But here's where it gets even worse. Most advice is just toughen up or set boundaries, as if it's that simple. Your brain doesn't work like that. And ignoring the neuroscience behind it only makes the overload hit harder. The raw truth from neuroscience? Your anterior cingulate cortex and insula are hyperactive. Recent 2025 studies show highly empathetic people have stronger activation in these regions during others' pain, meaning you experience emotional pain almost as intensely as if it were yours, while others feel only mild sympathy. That's why just don't care never works. It's automatic biology, not a choice. And here's the part nobody wants to admit. This overload that exhausts you is also what makes you deeply compassionate when channeled right. But without the shield, it keeps stealing your peace and pushing people away. Let's break this down simply. Empathy. Overload kicks in when your brain's empathy network overresponds. Mirror neurons in areas like the anterior cingulate cortex and insula activate, not just noticing pain, but simulating it fully in your body. Think of your nervous system as a high-sensitivity microphone. Most people pick up distant sounds, feel a twinge, keep going. You? It's turned up so high, every whisper of emotion blasts through, and the volume won't turn down easily. Why does this happen to some people? Genetics play a big role. Variations in genes like OXTR boost emotional resonance. Recent research links certain alleles to 30% higher emotional contagion. Environment shapes it too. Growing up in chaotic homes, or as the emotional caretaker, trains your brain to constantly scan for distress, turning hypervigilance into default mode. The real-life toll is heavy. You take on a friend's anxiety, carry it all day, then feel irritable at home, hear a traumatic story, and it replays in your mind at night. Over time, compassion fatigue creeps in. You numb out or avoid people. The very empathy that draws you to help isolates you. Counterintuitive insight. The more intensely you feel, the more likely you are to shut down to survive, creating numbness that feels like relief, but isn't healing. Myth busted. Highly empathetic people just need better boundaries. Boundaries are essential, but without addressing the neural overload, they're like umbrellas in a hurricane. Signs you're overloaded, physical cues, chest tightness, fatigue that sleep doesn't fix, gut issues, emotional, guilt saying no, crying over strangers' pain, replaying interactions obsessively. In relationships, you absorb more than you give back. Partners rely on your support, but rarely reciprocate fully. Recent studies show high empathy folks report up to 35% higher dissatisfaction from uneven emotional labor. Gender influences it. Women often score higher on empathy scales. Due to both biology and cultural expectations, men may internalize, leading to withdrawal or anger. Age plays a part. Intense in 20s to 30s, with expanding social worlds, can ease later with learned regulation, or solidify into chronic exhaustion. Real-world example, the always available listener, who vanishes for days to recharge alone. That's overload turning empathy into survival mode. Deeper neuroscience. The insula processes bodily feelings. Cingulate cortex handles emotional pain. In overload, reduced regulation means emotion floods before you can think. Amplified today by constant exposure. Social media floods with suffering. News triggers outrage, pouring more into an already full cup. Emotionally, it feels isolating. You ask, why do I feel everything? Why can't I turn it off? but it's not broken. It's a finely tuned system, and with the right shield, it becomes strength. If your body feels tense listening this, that's the overload signaling. Good. Acknowledge it, because seeing it clearly is the first crack in the cycle. Now the real shift. You keep your empathy, but build an empathy overload shield. Neural and practical tools to feel without flooding. Core method, labeling plus grounding. Recent research shows it cuts emotional contagion significantly in sensitive people. 7 steps to forge your shield. Step 1. Label in real time. Emotion surges. Pause. Name it. This is their sadness, not mine. Activates prefrontal control. Reduces amygdala hijack. Step 2. Anchor in your body. Feet on ground, hands clasped, cold water on wrists. Sensory reset pulls focus inward, breaks the mirror cycle. Step 3. Preload protection. Before tough talks, visualize a clear barrier. You observe, but it doesn't enter. Preps regulation networks for action. Step 4. Use detached compassion. Say, I'm here, that sounds painful, without merging emotionally. Studies show it strengthens bonds, protects you. Step 5. Build recharge rituals. Post-interaction, 10 minutes solitude, breathwork, nature. Clears cortisol, resets faster. Step 6. Filter input strictly. Limit triggering media. Curate uplifting circles. Shield strength depends on what you let in. Step 7. Daily rewiring practice. 10 minutes loving-kindness meditation. Compassion outward, rooted in self. Add therapy like somatic work for deeper change. Track. How much carried that wasn't mine? Final reframe. Overload isn't weakness. It's untamed power. Shield it. And you feel deeply. Choose wisely. Stay whole. There you have it. Your empathy overload shield. Build it step by step. Watch life lighten while your care stays strong. Drop in the comments. What's one moment this week where overload hit you hardest? Hit subscribe for neuroscience tools that guard your energy.